With your Facebook ads, you can learn what it is that it takes to get more clients on a consistent basis. So stick with me. I'm going to teach you 3 key skills. Skill number 1 is going to be knowing how to be profitable with your ads and understanding when you're in the profit zone and when you're not. And you can actually calculate if your ads are going to allow you to make a profit, first of all, before you even start running them, and then right in the middle of running them. You want to have these, one of these 2 things, either an average order value of $1,000. So when someone, spends money with you, on average, that order is going to come out to be $1,000. So some may be more, some may be less, but average, it's going to be $1,000. Or the lifetime value of a customer. So over the time of them ever spending money with you and your company, they would, on average, be spending $1,000 with you. And I have a super easy example of this because I actually found an online store, a clothing store, that I learned about from an Instagram ad. And so I ended up buying some clothes on the very first time that I saw their ad. Maybe not the first time, maybe I saw the ad a couple of times, but nonetheless, my order was like $130. Not a big deal, right? But over the next year and a half, I ended up spending probably at least $2,000 with them in clothes. I like to shop, don't judge. It's my thing, it's my therapy. But that ultimately made it worth it for them, right? To spend money on ads because they got that money back. However much it cost for them to acquire me had to be less than $2,000. So a woman named Liz Melville, she was also a Facebook ad specialist, and I actually never took her course, but I had been running ads for probably 2-3 years before I even ran into her and learned this formula to even realize that, thank goodness, I had been running ads the right way and been running them profitably. But knowing that that formula existed let me know that I never had to guess. I never had to hope. I never had to, play it safe or, spend just, no more money just in case I didn't get it back, because I could know whether or not my ads would allow some room for profit. So here's what you want to do. Here's the formula, right? You take your lifetime value or your average order value, in which case it should not be less than 1,000. And you're going to multiply that number by an average conversion rate. Okay, so the average conversion rate is between 1 and 3% of the people who see your sales page are going to convert into a customer. And so if we're just going to go right into the middle and say 2%, right? So 2% of that is going to be $20. On average, I would need my leads to cost between $5 to $10 for me to get that lead, because $20 is the most that I want to pay for my leads in order to be profitable. $20 is break even, right? So let's say a lead, it costs $10 to get a lead on Facebook using a Facebook or an Instagram ad. So if it's $10, then I still have another $10 of profit, right? So that's 50% ultimately. So when you use that number, and let's say your average order value is higher than 1,000, okay? And it could be a little bit lower too, but if we're really talking about running a business and making sure that you're profitable and able to pay your bills and maybe live your life, and actually maybe if you want your online course to fund your life, right? This business to be your job, to be your own versus you being an employee somewhere else, then you definitely need to be charging enough to be able to make that money. So take a look at your pricing. If you're not able to accomplish this $1,000 minimum of average order value or lifetime customer value, I need you to take a look at your prices. The next skill is learning how to read your metrics so that you can lower your ad costs, okay? So let's say that you have the formula all worked out and you know that you want to get leads for about $10, okay? $10 per lead that you add to your list. But for some reason, your ad is producing leads at $13, right? These are some metrics that you need to be able to look at. And if you can master this skill, then you can fix your ad to increase your profit. So one of those things is going to be your click-through rate. If they're not clicking on your ad, then there's something wrong with either your ad creative, which is going to be your video or your image, or your ad text, which could be either your headline or the actual text that you put in that people can expand and actually read more about your offer. And if people are not clicking on it, then you might need to change one of those. And by changing that and getting more interest, now you're going to get more people through to your actual landing page where your lead magnet is. because using Facebook ads to grow your email list, that is going to be a key way to grow your business, because then you can continue to warm them up on email if they don't buy from you right away. So now you specifically know what you need to change to get more people through to your lead magnet. Now, let's say you do get more people through to your lead magnet, but maybe they still aren't opting in to your lead magnet. So your cost per lead is super high, right? Well, if your cost per lead is super high and that landing page is not converting, then you need to change that landing page. 20 to 30% of the people who actually see that landing page should be taking your lead magnet. They click through to it on purpose to check it out, to check out more. And if you were not able to convey to them why it would solve their problem in order for them to download that, then you need to work on that page and say, what can I do to get more people? Because that is going to lower your cost. Because the more people that opt in, right, then the less that you're paying per lead that is opting in. So knowing that and having that skill and knowing what to look for, how to actually write that verbiage, how to write those headlines so that more people will click on your ad, and then how to write that landing page so more people actually take you up on your lead magnet, that is really going to save you money on your Facebook ad. Another skill that you need to learn with Facebook ads is how to use the right Facebook ad objective. So there's 4 different Facebook ads that I use on a pretty regular basis. One of them, the number 1 ad, okay, the conversion ad, I'm going to use that probably 97% of the time. All right. That conversion ad is going to help you to actually get leads. And I have a blueprint that shows you, what to do with that ad, what comes during that ad, what comes after that ad in order to actually turn those leads into clients. So you can grab that down in the description, just called Get Clients Like Clockwork, so that you really know how to use your Facebook ad skills to turn those leads into clients. So the other 3 types of ads that I use as well are going to be traffic, video view, and reach. So those are all different types of retargeting ads. So understanding how to, first of all, get people onto your list with that lead magnet, with that lead ad, and then how to retarget them with additional types of ads so that you continue to stay in front of them, but to know when to use which ad. Once you master that, then you'll always be able to run ads and achieve certain objectives. If you're like, what I really want people to do is to consume this information, because once they have this information, I'm about to launch this new product in 2 weeks, and if they've got this information, they'll be more likely to buy. So now I know I need to run a video view ad. So it's understanding the different types of ads and what they actually do for you and for your business, and having these skills are going to allow you to run Facebook ads for the rest of your business.